It's October 3rd, 1920. The NFL is about to kick off its first ever game between the Dayton Triangles and the Columbus Panhandles. 4,000 people paid just $1.75 to watch the game, with each player being paid the large sum of $50 to play in the game. The Triangles were the favorites to win with their famous strong passing game and running back Louie Partlow. The Triangles lived up to the hype and won the game, not just any game, but the first game. The first game that would spawn 100 plus years of the wildly successful National Football League. Although the league was famously founded in Canton, Ohio, and the Hall of Fame is located there, the NFL's first game was not played there. Today on this special episode of the Archive of Everything, we're going to explore where the first ever NFL game took place, take a look at the first ever NFL stadium, and find out just what happened to the site since the last game took place well over 100 years ago at this point. Let's get started. The Dayton Triangles were founded in 1913 in the Ohio Football League. They get their unique name from a place that solves the first mystery of the video. Dayton's Triangle Park was their home field. They played at Triangle Park over a 12-year span from 1917 to 1929 before they ceased operations after only winning 5 of 51 games over the last 6 years of their existence. Despite their later struggles, the team was wildly successful to start and even won an Ohio League championship in 1918. It was the first ever meeting of the NFL at Ralph Hayes' Hupmobile dealership in Canton, Ohio, when they officially became a founding member of the American Professional Football Association, which would eventually become the NFL in 1922. After the meeting, the schedule was set, and that fateful October 3rd game was scheduled, and history was made with their victory over the Columbus Panhandles. Triangle Park proved to be a worthy home for the Triangles at first, but with larger baseball stadiums and polo grounds offering large amounts of money to host NFL games, the Triangles became a traveling team around the Midwest. Triangle Park and its 5,000-seat stadium just couldn't support the NFL team, and with the dwindling success of the Triangles in their later years, the team and the stadium ceased to exist. Today, a small plaque at the stadium quietly marks the beginning of a legacy that would begin what is now arguably the most popular professional sports league in the United States. Today, the football field is now a baseball diamond, ironically, named Howell Field. It's incredible to think that a league founded at a car dealership in 1920 is now an incredibly huge multi-billion-dollar organization. While fans today cheer in massive stadiums with large TVs, state-of-the-art sound systems, and even gourmet kitchens, fans at Triangle Park had it much simpler. All they had were wooden bleachers, a muddy football field with local players, and the love for a game that continues on 100 years later. In honor of the first NFL game taking place in the park, the NFL announced plans to build a new turf field for use by the local community and as an area where the nearby Cincinnati Bengals would come to practice on occasion. Local Native American representatives challenged the plan after it was suggested that Native American remains could be buried at the site. Ground-penetrating radar was used, and indeed a disturbance consistent with what looks like it could be Native American remains was found. The entire project was scrapped out of respect for the burial site, although the baseball diamond in City Park, still called Triangle Park, remained to this day. Now let's take a look at some of the drastic changes between Triangle Park, the first NFL stadium, and various stadiums around the league today. In 1920, the stadium, or more or less a stadium, more a football field with bleachers, had a capacity of 5,000. Today, the smallest NFL stadium by capacity is Soldier Field with 61,500 seats. The largest is MetLife Stadium with a capacity of 82,500. In 1920, the fans at the game paid $1.75 to watch the game. According to SeatGeek, the average price for an NFL ticket today is $151. Now talk about inflation. Although the prices, size of the stadium, and teams have changed, the NFL is still loved by millions 100 years later, even if they do make some questionable referee calls from time to time. This is the archive of everything, and the story of the beginning of the NFL and its first stadium. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a like, comment future video ideas, and be sure to subscribe. We'll be back as usual on Friday with another video. As always, this is Matt from the Archive of Everything, and I'll see you all real soon.